Good morning, YouTube. So, yes, it's morning. I'm actually on my way out to the garden. But on that note, I also wanted to bring up, we keep talking about this being healthier, working on a healthier lifestyle, growing our own food, which obviously produces a healthier option, healthier food. But we talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, and we've taken a lot of measures ourselves. Like, me and Mike were big pop drinkers. We didn't drink a lot of water. Really barely ever drank water. So we started working on really drinking more water and going for these walks. Mike's challenge of the mile a day. I'm slacking a little bit on that. I need to get back on track. I do the taekwondo with the kids, riding the horse, trying to really get ourselves healthier, really make better life choices. And, what you put into your body really does matter. I was dealing with a migraine for 3 days. 3 days, it would not go away. I hadn't really drank much water since I came back from Arizona. And finally, I decided yesterday, I was like, you know what? We're going to drink some water. I filled up my cup. I drank 2 big cups of water, and the migraine went away. Just like that, went away. So what you're putting in your body really makes a difference. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Like, if you're dealing with a migraine, you're dealing with something like that, and you're not drinking a lot of water, you're not making healthy choices, you might want to try that. It's an easy fix that just might make the world of difference. So, just wanted to let you know that. Now let's get out in this garden and pick the fruits, veggies that are ready to go, and see what we got for today. We're in our garden of, I don't know what to call it. It's beautiful. I did some de-weeding yesterday, back in this corner, and also threw some of the rabbit manure down. Rabbit manure works great. So I did some of that. Nothing right here is ready to go. I just got to show you. I was so excited about that one that's sitting right there of the cantaloupe. Little did I realize, move a couple leaves, and look at that forest of big old cantaloupe. All within there. You can see them. And there's another one right underneath that that's equally as big as the one that I was watching. So we got a lot of small ones, but those are amazing. Our sunflower is getting ready to get its head. Can't wait. Those are an excitement. They're so pretty. And we got our tassels on the popcorn finally. Let's see if any of these cucumbers are ready. And I'm going to point this out. This was like a big thing when we were putting this together, was pictures you saw of people with these full trellises and just the fruit hanging in, just like the food garden. The food tunnel. Just walking through a food tunnel, and that's what we're getting now. Look at that. Like, you walk through and you just see all that food just hanging. It's beautiful. Same thing with the watermelons. We don't have as much. The watermelons are performing well, but they're not performing like, they're not filling out. Unlike our cantaloupe. But this was our whole goal. Our food garden that you'd walk through. We got a cucumber there, but that one's kind of small. Let's see what else we got. That one's still a little small for a cucumber. Got a couple here, but those ones I still would say are small. That's like pickle size, kind of. That one's a little bit bigger, but still could give it a couple more days, I'd say, or at least a day. They grow so fast. They really do. So I'd say our cucumbers, we gotta wait a little bit on. We already know we don't got any cantaloupe ready, but they're trying, they're working hard. I'd say maybe in a week we'll have a watermelon and a cantaloupe at least. That's a slower process. I did yesterday come out as well and move a lot of my marigolds. They were suffering underneath the forest that they were in. Now the pickles, me and Mike were already out here saying there's pickles that need to be picked. So I usually twist them and then pull so you don't risk messing up your vine. These will be bread and butters. I got some soaking in salt right now that I need to do dill pickles. So we will have some dill pickles. They're going to be the full-size dills. We're not going to cut them or anything. The kids love the full size. So we're going to do some full-size dills. Today is Landin's birthday, the middle child. He turns 14. So insane. I'm like, I can't believe he's that old already. But he turns 14 today. So I'm going out with Autumn and Troy because Mike does work tonight. And we're going to go to the beach with my family, with my sisters and my mom. That was a big one. And celebrate his birthday. So that should be a fun time. I thought I had it. It wasn't off. That one got a little bit bigger than I normally let them get, but it's still pretty. See, sometimes you look and you find them, like the next day, and you're like, how did I miss that yesterday? Because it's just easy to miss sometimes. It really is. There's a couple more on the other side that are just going to be easier to get on the other side. We'll come back and look at the serranos in a second. But, yeah, we're going, and here, see? I almost lost the one right there that was on the other side. So, hello, Mr. B. Might not be an actual bee. I'm not paying much attention, so he doesn't even seem to care that I'm moving the leaves around. He's like, this is my food source. Lady, you're fine. Just let me eat. It's so amazing, all the pollinators we're getting. It just absolutely amazes me. But I might record a little bit of today at the beach. No set schedule there. My sisters probably don't want to be recorded, so if I record, it's going to be little bits and pieces of the kids. But we're going to go do that today. And look at that. Beautiful pickles. Our pumpkins, we still don't have any females. It's growing, but hasn't given us our females yet. But it's a young plant in a technicality. So that's probably what the problem is. There's male, and that's a male. And the zucchini is growing back there, but it's not big enough to pick. We got a yellow squash, you can see, but that one could grow a little bit more. And it looks like that might be a female, but I think I pollinated it yesterday. And 2 males. So, zucchini's still going strong. Got some dying leaves and stuff, but that's just life. Life of a garden. But like those marigolds back there, I planted yesterday from being buried. Same thing with the ones that are back on that side of the fence. They were just buried. They were underneath these plants, and I planted that orange one there. Had to kind of put them back in a spot where they could thrive. Don't want to just kill them off. Like, they were such a beautiful thing in my garden. Like that one I planted yesterday. Look at the beautiful sunflowers growing up. Our corn is getting tall in that cage. I did take the cage off those ones. I had something else happen the other day. So I was out here, and I don't know if a bird landed on it or the wind got it, but see that black tape going around? This corn stalk was bent, but it wasn't broke. It still was able to get the water and stuff up to the needed areas, but it was bent. So I took some electrical tape and I took care of that. Look at all the bees up there, the big bumble pollinating. They're loving this corn. They're just all over the place. It really is. It's just everywhere. That's tomato. Another cool thing I'll have to point out I found yesterday with my volunteers. The serranos are growing nicely. They're still a little bit on the smaller side, so we can probably give them another day or so. We're not in any huge rush on those. Those can get a little bigger than I've been picking them. And I've got so many I've picked recently. This plant's got a little bit more. Our jalapenos starting to get some stuff going on. Look at those heads of cabbage back there. But, man, I'd say this garden's really coming together, but it's been coming together. It really has. It's just, it's beautiful. This is my piece. This is where I go. Let's go check out the front. I'm going to point out a couple things up there, and, well, we'll advance on to whatever happens for the rest of today. Okay. So we're in the front garden. And our tomatoes are falling all over up here too. Like, it's just craziness. But look at these. These are supposed to be beefsteaks. Do those shapes look like beefsteaks? Did any of you have an issue where your tomatoes didn't come out as they're supposed to? And they're forming into different shapes, different sizes than you expected? Or is that just me? I have another one that looks more like Romas. Literal Romas. Look at these monsters though. It's huge. But these, like, those look like Romas. So, I don't know. Maybe they are. I did have some volunteers I got from people, and maybe that's not what I planted and it was one of those volunteers and it is something else. He had Romas. Our cabbage up here is looking good. A little bit of a jungle up here. That's some dill that's seeded because I forgot all about my dill. My loofah gourd. Not really doing much. I don't know. It's just kind of... We'll see. These guys are starting to get a little bit different. I got Frankenstein's tomatoes up here. No, it's in a different spot. Oh no, see? I kept it because it can still be used. It's just not pretty. Some more pretty flowers. Our onions are looking good in this area. It's hard to see on the camera, but this kale, I do need to process this kale today. Like, look at that stuff. And now I'm leaving it for bugs to start chewing holes into it, so I need to get it processed. And you know, this is the other thing I want to point out. People say you cannot grow lettuce basically in the prime of summer because the heat will bolt it. Untrue. If you plant it in a shadier area, which I like utilizing the front bed with the house because it shades it out a lot more, it keeps it cooler. And you keep it watered, you keep it trimmed during the really hot sections of the day or the months. And look at that. We have not replanted our lettuce. That's still from May. It's now almost, it's August tomorrow. So it's August technically. And that's still our lettuce and our kale. The kale's insane. These were seed start green onions, and look at those beauties. Those, wasn't sure how those were going to turn out because they were real thin when they first started producing, but now look at them. I might have to do some trimming. That's our second plant, garlic. That's looking pretty good. Starting to get the leaf die back on it, and we're on leaf 1, 2, 3. So we're at least on leaf 2 or 3. There's a lot of leaves on there. So we're probably going to start pulling those up pretty soon and seeing how those look. So we're about to get more garlic and all that stuff. That was our experimentation. But yeah, there's our garden for the day. We're going to go in and we'll bring you along for the rest of our day. Well guys, I never picked up the camera. We did go to the beach and had a great time, but I didn't bring the camera with me, didn't want to destroy it. And then, ended up at my sister's house. We had cake at her house, and didn't even make it home in time for Mike to see Landin on his birthday. Mom fail. So, now it's the next day. I've still got stuff to finish that I didn't do because I ended up with such a long day there. And so, we've got the pickles that have been sitting in salt water. Need to get that stuff canned, so I'm going to get that canned. And hopefully, I don't know if you can see them, I'll get the mock pineapple done today too, which will be a separate video. The pickles, I might do little tidbits in here because you guys have seen how to do pickles already. So, no need for me to show you again. But we're going to dive into this. I need to get cleaned up for the day. But it is all good. Let's dive into this. Well guys, I got those pickles canned. I'm about to start on the mock pineapple, but that's not going to be on this video. And then who knows if I'm doing anything more for the day. So I think I'm going to close this here. I want to get this done, closed out. It's already more than one day technically. My vlogs are never one day. I think we really lack on that one. But hope you guys are having a wonderful week, day. Be kind. You don't know what anyone is going through. And as Mike likes to say, love your neighbor, love your friends, love your family, because everyone does need a little bit of love. I'm adapting to that one because I do like it. Catch you on the next one.